What are the day-to-day tasks when you're working in tech sales? What does it look like? Just like this person said, people are posting about working in tech sales, working from home. It's so great. What does it look like though, for real? I'm gonna do like this little walkthrough just so you can have an idea. So let's just get right into it. Let's say you wake up in the morning, boom, you're like, okay, you probably won't even open your laptop first. You might actually go and get you some coffee. This is leftover coffee from this morning, literally. You might drink tea. If you do, coffee is better. I hope you convert. But sipping on your coffee, and let's say your shift's about to start. It's like 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock, whichever, depending on where the company's at too, if they're on the East Coast or whatever. So you got your coffee, sitting here, and now depending on what's on your schedule, you might have first things first in the morning. It might be a team meeting scheduled. That's what you want to do first. Check your schedule because you don't know if maybe your manager threw some time on your calendar. You don't know what's going on. So you log into your schedule, your calendar, and your calendar is synced with your whole team. So that is that. And so also you're probably linking with people through like Slack or something like that, like Discord, where you're talking to your team. Since it's remote, you aren't in office, so you gotta have an office vibe somewhere. So that's usually in an app like Slack or something like that. So yeah, you check your calendar. If you have a team meeting or something that's booked with another person, you do that. If not, then you have something on your schedule. If you're new to the company, you're probably doing some kind of trainings where you're really like arm in arm with some team member. But if you've been doing the job for, you're not on the ramp up anymore, it's like, okay, you are actually doing the job. So you probably already have like uh, emails in your whatever sales engagement software that you're using. The point, what is the point? The point is, let's just say I'm going to use this remote control as the company's product. Now, because this is SaaS, right? Software as a service, you're not actually selling a item. You know what I mean? You're selling a software, something that, and this is B2B sales. So you're selling to other businesses, not individual consumers, if that makes sense. So let's pretend this remote control is some software that other businesses could be interested in. You are an SDR, sales development rep, or business development rep. Point being is you're the salesperson. You're trying to sell your company's software to other businesses who could be interested. So guess what you have to do? You need to do some research. You want to research and two things. Your own research blended with your company may already have people like businesses sitting in the queue for you in your CRM, whatever you're using, Salesforce or HubSpot or whatever. But you also do your research to be like, oh, who would be some good prospects to reach out to? Because you don't want to just reach out to anybody. And you're going to learn all of that in the course when you get educated through the course that I went through. Or, yeah, if you know of a different path, I always promote my journey and my path because that's the only route that I know. And so, yeah, but also your company is going to help you with these little skills along the way as well. They do want you to come in with at least basic knowledge though. So this is your day. You're sitting here, you might schedule it, put a time block on your calendar like, oh, I'm going to work from this time to this time. I'm going to do outreach, or not outreach, maybe research. And so you start researching companies that would be a good fit. And you're putting their information in the CRM, which is just this database, where you can be like, okay, now I'm going to go back into this and pull people out to actually do outreach now. So research, outreach. So now you're doing outreach. You can do outreach in two ways. Phone calls, talking to them by voice, because you are finding using sales data softwares and just doing research to find like these people's information or different people within their company, like who's the best person, the buyer persona to reach out to within the company, all those things. And then you're going to reach out again via phone call or you're sending them emails. There's also social selling if you're reaching out through LinkedIn or something like that. But yeah, you're reaching out to them. And you're not just reaching out in one little email and that's it to see if they respond, because you're trying to reach out to a lot of people, hundreds. So what you do is you put them all in this you use automation, and you use sales engagement software where you can send out mass, you can do mass outreach, but you can also do like more customized or personalized outreach where you make sure you pull the relevant information. That's the best outreach to do, to pull the relevant information maybe from their website, what their company's about, tailor your messages or your phone conversation to actually understand why they would need your product, right? So yeah, you're doing that, and you use automation to beforehand you create like these patterns or sequences, cadences, sales sequences, where you can be like, first email I'm gonna say this, second email I'm gonna say this, third email I'm gonna say this, fourth email I'm gonna say this, and then in between each one I might do like a LinkedIn post, like maybe send them a vidyard, like a video of me like saying, hey, I noticed XYZ, like, and however you do your outreach. And then you might do a phone call and then another email, and then you eventually close it where you're just like, okay. But goal is you want the people to respond to something, the email, the phone call, whichever. And if you get them on the phone or they respond to your email, it's not about trying to just get a sale, like, because this is long-term relationships. These are businesses you're talking about that are using your software. This is an ongoing relationship. So that's the beauty of this, like, tech sales, is like you're not just trying to hurry up and get a sale, especially if the company, it's not a genuine need for the product, which kind of gets rid of the whole like salesman thing that people don't like. Because I know for me, I don't like that either. When someone just wants to get a sale, they're trying to sell something real quick, like a phone or whatever, because once you sell to this individual consumer, they're gone, you got the money, it's good. But if you sell to a business and it's a software, they're using you constantly. Yeah, you got the sale, but you don't just want a sale. You don't want them to, like, the, what do you call it, the churn. You don't want that to be high. Like, you don't want people to stop using your product. So you want to make sure it's a good fit from the beginning. So that's what you're doing as an SDR. You're doing research to find the people, you're doing outreach to actually reach out to the people, and then discovery, you are discovering via another phone call. You're discovering to see if they're a good fit. And you're really going through a conversation with them to be like, okay, let me really assess to make sure they're a good fit. And there's times where I've told people that they weren't a good fit for these reasons. Maybe it's budget, maybe it's whatever the reason is. It's like, and I'll let them know. And sometimes they agree, like, yeah, maybe this isn't the right timing. Maybe this isn't great product, but it's not the right time. And so you say, okay, well, great, I will actually follow up in November. How does that sound? Or when your company, yada, 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 like we can I'll send you an email at that time. And then I put a reminder in my calendar. I'll hit them up in February of next year. Like, that's going to be a better time. That'll be a great sale then, because that's when they'll actually be a good fit. But it's relationship building, like rapport and all of that. So, so that's what you're doing. You might chew on some candy while you sit in here. Might put some chicken in the oven. I mean, you have the flexibility of being here, getting a second cup of coffee. Clearly, I did not finish my first. But yeah, like, somebody, a friend might come over and they chilling over there on the couch, and it's like, you tell them, you could talk in between. But when you got to lock in, you might want to go in the room, close the door, lock in. It's just, you can be flexible. So that's what your day really does look like. I'm sure it can be different a little bit with how each company goes about it, but that is really how it goes.